Hi, my name is Jeff with Dane County TV, and I'm excited to be able to introduce my next guest to you, Chantel Soumis. She's a LinkedIn expert. She's a founder and creator and director of Stardust Creative and differently abled advocate. Welcome, Chantel. I'm glad to have you, and thank you for meeting with me and giving our audience a chance to find out about your successes with LinkedIn. I'm not really sure how long you've been at it, but tell us, you've got an amazing following on LinkedIn. Kind of give our audience an idea of how you got started with LinkedIn and the successes that you have.
I've been on the platform for a long time. I mean, as soon as I got out of college, I created a profile because it was known to be the place where you store your resume, right? A great place to look for jobs as well. And it really didn't start picking up until about a year and a half ago. I was open to new opportunities because I was out of a job. I was going through a very challenging diagnosis with multiple sclerosis, and I had to now apply for jobs with a disability and checking that little disability box on the application process. And at that time on LinkedIn, things were changing. It wasn't really a resume platform anymore. It was more of a social media channel, which was really exciting. And there was a campaign going on at that time called #Let'sGetHonest. And the objective of the campaign was to bring more human vulnerability, people talking a little bit deeper than those buttoned up conversations. And it was a contest as well that I didn't really know it was a contest, but I decided to jump right in and talk about one thing that I wanted to get honest about. And that was how unfair the job application process is for people with disabilities. It's super skewed. It's like triggers unconscious bias like crazy when you have to fill out that little box and categorize yourself before even talking to somebody about how much you can dazzle in the role that's there. So long story short, I ended up winning the campaign.
Wow.
So it was amazing. I got to meet with Michaela Alexis, who has over 100,000 followers. But not just that, she's one amazing individual who knows what personal branding is all about and social media strategy. So she was able to coach me further and make introductions to other people in the industry that are contributors to Mashable, Forbes, Thrive, Global, all these really amazing publications. And things took off from there. So I went from 500 followers to 30,000 followers in about a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
30,000 followers.
30,000, yeah. I think I'm at like 33, which is fun. It's fun.
That is amazing.
Yeah. You know, it's one thing to say that you have that many followers, but I think the real push here is that with my message that I put out on being a differently abled advocate and squashing unconscious bias and the fact that we all have some form of different ability and the fact that people are really drawn to that and are supporting that, that says a lot about our community and it says a lot about the people on LinkedIn. So it's a really special place to be.
You have such amazing energy and enthusiasm. Is that something from your family or where does that come from?
Oh, Lord. My dad. So I'm raised by all boys. My dad is always that like military, life is good kind of guy. So plus, adversity after adversity after adversity growing up, from being bullied to kind of being an outcast to marrying a biker who was an outcast. You kind of have to just soften up and just love life to get through it, to get through all the hard times. So that's the bubbly.
The energy that you have.
Good, I'm glad.
I enjoy seeing you speak, and actually that's where I met Chantel I met her at a seminar, and I was just blown away by the results that she's achieved on LinkedIn in such a short period of time. So tell us, maybe give the viewers like 3 tips. So you're starting out with LinkedIn. What could they do to grow their audience and content on LinkedIn? What would be 3 suggestions we could give our viewers?
The first and probably the most important is to be yourself. Don't try to be anything you're not, because people can read right through that and it doesn't look natural at all. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So if you want to be that bubbly, happy, positive person and putting out that content that is uplifting and inspirational or motivational, you're going to attract those people that give it right back. So it's like the circle of that good vibe, right? So number 1, be yourself. Number 2, make sure that your profile is completed. There's a lot of times when people don't realize they need a profile picture, let alone making their profile public. Because if their profile is not public, nobody's going to see their beautiful headshot on there or their background image, which is also very important because that's the first piece of digestible content that a new visitor will see when they reach their profile. Last but not least, definitely use the platform. Engage on other people's content. That's what it's there for. It's for social media engagement, not just creation. Because as just a platform user, you are immediately an influencer, whether it's 5 people or 500 or 5 million. So those are my 3 tips. I hope those.
Yeah, those are great
Good?
tips.
Good.
And I got a chuckle because I had Chantel take a look at my profile and she said, "Is your picture like, were you 21?" I have not updated it since I
Yeah, when is
opened
it from?
I-
How old is
Actually,
it?
it's probably about 20 years
Oh,
old.
is it really?
So it's an older picture. So I will definitely take her advice and change my profile and update my picture. And if you haven't done so, I'd highly recommend you do that.
Absolutely.
So Chantel, I know that you have a public speaking engagement seminar coming up, and it's locally here in Dane County. Is that correct?
Yes, it is at the American Family Dream Bank is the next one, which is about the art of authenticity, basically vulnerability that brings big business. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable being vulnerable, and I totally understand that. But for me, it's been a learning curve because I've always been pretty comfortable, letting all my colors shine. So it's going to be a really great event. I'm excited about it.
What's the date?
The date is May 21st. I believe that's a Tuesday over the lunch hour.
Okay, so at noon.
Yep.
All right, excellent. So if you'd like to find out more about Chantel and her expertise in LinkedIn and how she actually built her huge following, 33,000 followers. Wow. Definitely tune in. So again, the date is?
Tuesday, May 21st
Okay.
at noon.
At noon. Okay. And if the audience wanted to contact you to find out maybe if they could work with you, do you work with individual clients?
I
or-
sure do,
okay.
yes.
How do they reach out to you?
Yes. So Stardust Creative was basically founded on the ability to differentiate yourself. Being a differently abled candidate, it's really important to talk about the elephant in the room, which is maybe that perceived limitation or challenge that you have, whether you're rolling in a wheelchair with a cane, just joking about it, making light of it, but also using that as your superpower and your strength, because it gives you so much strength going through adversity. It's beautiful. Find me at stardustcreative.net or chantelsoumis.com if you want to learn more about me and my story and adversity.
Well, thank you so much, Chantel. I appreciate
Thanks for
your
having
time, and
me.
I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and recommendations for LinkedIn.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
again, if you'd like to tune in, do visit our seminar one more time, the date and time.
Tuesday, May 21st at noon at the Dream Bank.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Chantel. Again, my name is Jeff Modjeska with Dane County TV.